I'm at the Eternal Flame, which is a set up to honor the Soviet soldiers that died in the Second World War. On June 22nd at 4 in the morning, this is when the Nazis attacked. And at 4 in the morning, people already came out here to put flowers down because every family here lost someone in this war. And I'm just going to put some flowers down as well. A lot of people forget that the Soviets, again, and the Western Allied countries were working together during the Second World War. The Russian people would like to preserve an undistorted memory of the Second World War, and that's why it's important that they keep these memorials that you can see here, and that they honor them and that they don't tear them down like they're doing with the memorials in other countries that we see on the news. I would encourage anyone who likes literature to read William Scher's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. This is a very objective view of the Second World War from a correspondent who worked in Germany in the 1930s. Mr. Scher was not particularly a fan of the Soviet Union, but he did give an objective perspective that Stalin was trying to work with the Allied nations prior to when it became too late and so many lives were already lost. This is very similar to right now, the peace conferences being held and the Russian politicians are not invited, and they wonder why they're going and making alliances with other countries. The Russians have been trying to work with Western countries for many decades, and this is nothing new. We're just across the street from the Eternal Flame Monument, and now we're looking at the Lenin Monument, which we'll take a closer look at right now. This is a monument to Vladimir Lenin in a famous pose when he was giving speeches just before the Russian Revolution. Obviously, this is a very old monument, but it's not been taken down, even though political situation has changed here. The Russian people honor their history and the czars, and there are monuments we'll look at even of famous English people that have been here in history. Karl Marx and Frederick Engels. For someone that likes history, Russia is a really interesting place to visit because they're able to maintain their monuments, not like countries such as Latvia and Poland, which are desecrating the tombs of soldiers and memorabilia, memories of the Russian Revolution. We'll look at the video of Stonehenge. People are spraying, activists are spraying paint on it. The Russian people are not this type of people, and they do not desecrate their historical monuments, and it's really great to visit here for that reason. Right now we are on Karl Marx Boulevard, which used to be an English street during the times of Catherine the Great. Very beautiful architecture. The old apartments around here, and carefully managed gardens, and there's a park right behind us here. It's very lovely to sit just in front of the river, and you can imagine that in history all the people that visited here enjoyed this place. This is a monument to a British engineer, Charles Gascoigne, who was hired to work and assist the people here in their development of armaments. And you can see that this monument has been preserved and people still are out appreciating it, unlike what is happening with the monuments of Russian and Soviet culture in other countries. I thought that'd be interesting for people to see that. Looking at a sports stadium here, and there's a intense football match going on. Oftentimes this is between the different cities, and it looks like that's what we're watching here. There's the crowd quite intensely following the match. Over here, some of the younger kids are using the skate park and the scooters, and there's a guy on a BMX bike. If there's anything else you want to see me show you here in Petrozavodsk, please let me know on the comment section of the videos. I'd be happy to explore places that you want to see. This is the end of Karl Marx, and right here you have a statue of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. This is carefully preserved and quite beautiful craftsmanship. Obviously, this is no longer a country run under communist principles like this, but again, the Russian people are honoring their history and paying tribute to the important historical figures that influenced the development of this great nation. Across the street, there's a theater that has both Russian and Finnish language. And if we look a little bit more to the left here, there's a bigger theater where they have the opera and the ballet. And I've been fortunate to attend several performances here, reaching a level that far surpasses anything I saw in Western culture right now. Spectacular dancers and singers. And this is a very important part of the culture of the people here. And I don't think many people in the West realize this.